in this crowd of nearly 18,000 in Rosemont, Illinois. And many eager to see just who is the better team here. You could have a tremendous debate. Now they'll play it out for real. And Joey Graham gets the ball for the Cowboys first.
And Graham only took 10 shots in the first 2 games of this tournament. He's being guarded by Radenovich. He has got to be aggressive and get some looks at the basket. Oklahoma State cannot win with him scoring only 7 points.
Here's Lucas, the point guard, outstanding three-point shooter. The Cowboys are the best three-point shooting team in percentage in the nation. Bobick does not hit, and that's Channing Frye up above the crowd for the rebound. There's Stoudamire. He'll take the three. Oh, and hits. Hitting 51% on the season from outside the arc is Stoudamire, and he makes a statement early.
The lefty, an extraordinary shooter, will take tough ones, but nobody shoots a better percentage shooting as many as he does.
And Lucas answers with a three for the Cowboys. Lucas shoots 43.6 on his tray attempts, while Stoudamire 51.1%.
Stoudamire being guarded by Daniel Bobick, a good defender, but he should be able to get some open looks.
Frye from outside, and it rings out. That would have been a three. Lucas, who played 2 years at Baylor. And he's open on the side as Curry, the freshman, sets him up for back-to-back threes.
And a poor job of transition defense by Arizona. Jameson Curry, the freshman from North Carolina, a terrific job.
Radenovich with a pass from top of the key into Channing Frye.
Channing Frye, one of the best low-post players in the country. Very skilled. A really good athlete. Doesn't get the credit he deserves for being an outstanding player.
Lucas, 3 in a row, no. And Radenovich clears for Arizona. Mustafa Shakur. And Hassan Adams. Adams, the junior from Los Angeles. And they're hunting threes early.
Adams led this team in scoring last year. Over 17 points per game. But this year, playing out on the perimeter more. Matchup zone right now by Arizona. They have length and athleticism, especially Adams on the perimeter.
Inside, and McFarland unable to connect, and Franning another rebound.
McFarland so solid against Southern Illinois, had 31 points, didn't miss any shots that close against the Salukis.
Stoudamire misses that three, but Radenovich gets it back.
Long shots equal long rebounds.
Radenovich outside the rock. That's a 2, foot on the line. Arizona by 4, 3 minutes into this game.
Arizona very good at playing penetrate and pinch basketball.
Here's Jameson Curry, the freshman from North Carolina. He's really awakened this team the last month. Graham with a miss. And it's out of bounds to Oklahoma State. Looking for a sentimental favorite to win the national title. How about Sutton? He's won 39 NCAA tournament games, but no title. That's the most wins of any coach.
A 1-3-1 zone on the out-of-bounds underneath. And Arizona has shown a lot of zone early on in this game because Oklahoma State runs a lot of sets against man, tough to guard.
And Joey Graham able to work inside. Good ball movement in that zone. And it's 10-8. Graham has his first points.
You can usually measure his aggressiveness by how many free throws he shoots. When Graham is aggressive, he gets to the line. When he settles for jump shots, he doesn't.
Frye working on McFarland. McFarland bats it away right back into Channing Frye, and then Radenovich for 2. Ivan Radenovich from Belgrade, Serbia, Montenegro has 4.
Boy, what a terrific read by Channing Frye. When the double team came to him, found the open man, Radenovich, an outstanding perimeter shooter.
That's the freshman losing the ball. Jameson Curry to Radenovich. Numbers not there, so Stoudamire fires the 3. Boy, it's just like a magnet, his shots falling from long range.
It's like a layup for him. You've got to find him in transition and get a hand up, make him into a 2-point shooter if possible.
Biggest lead for Arizona at 7.
Oklahoma State needs to penetrate the gaps of this zone, make 2 play 1. Then they can kick it to an open shooter.
Around the perimeter, and Graham can't hit from the corner, and the foul will be on Stoudamire as he battled for the rebound with Ivan McFarland. A 12-2 run by Arizona has placed them 7 points in the lead.
Arizona sticking with this zone. They need to go down low to the short corner because Mustafa Shakur, the point guard, is on the back line of this zone. That makes it a little bit vulnerable down low.
Graham, another miss. Radenovic had the rebound, lost it off his knee. That's all the Arizona zone as Oklahoma State works it around the perimeter. They haven't scored a field goal in 3:45. Jameson Curry with a miss for Oklahoma State, but batted out to Lucas. A 4-minute drought from the field for the Cowboys, trailing Arizona 15-8.
And Oklahoma State has had a very difficult time in solving this 1-3-1 matchup zone that Lute Olson has thrown on the Cowboys. Oklahoma State got out to a quick start with a couple threes by John Lucas after Arizona could not find him in transition.
But they're 3 for 10 off the top of the game. Here's Jameson Curry, the freshman. Bobick from the corner. Daniel Bobick, who played 2 years at Brigham Young University. He's 25 years of age. Hits the three, his first points. Graham on Radenovic. Fry can shoot from outside, and that's Graham knocking it away from Radenovic. Number 13, Chris Rogers, in for Arizona, replacing Mustafa Shakur. Here's Rogers, averaging almost 6 a game.
And Rogers has point guard ability. That means Stoudamire can work off some screens.
That's Stoudamire high off the glass, and a soft kiss for Stoudamire.
He's left-handed, wants to go left, but proving he can put the ball on the floor. He's not just a three-point shooter.
Jameson Curry unable to hit. Look at how high in the air Hassan Adams was at 6'4".
Great individual effort because Oklahoma State looked like they had an offensive rebound for certain until Adams took it away.
Channing Frye in traffic, traveled.
Stoudamire with the nice crossover dribble.
Well, that was a raindrop, wasn't it?
He's just got a hunger to score. And also an underrated defensive player. Last 3 years, Stoudamire's won the Best Defender Award as voted on by his teammates. Back to man now for Arizona. Channing Frye not going out to guard Ivan McFarland on the perimeter. He's not likely to hit a shot from that area.
Here the two-star Stoudamire is on Lucas, and now on the switch. Jameson Curry under 10 on the shot clock. Jameson Curry, and Stoudamire able to knock it away. Takes it to the basket himself, and Adams deflected, and Lucas controls.
Boy, poor decision by Salim Stoudamire. He had 2 men ahead and did not pass it to him. He took it on his own and wound up getting nothing out of it. That should have been an easy Arizona score. Instead, it's a Stoudamire foul.
And it's his second, so that's a double jeopardy for Lute Olson's star player.
Boy, it wasn't just that he failed to pass the ball ahead to an open teammate. When he did ultimately get the ball up near the rim, he took it up weak instead of taking it up strong. A lost opportunity for the Wildcats.
And they're punished by having their star player with 2 fouls. Shakur knocked down by a screen, and the foul, I believe, on Bobick, his first. Man with some of the great pouts and frowns in all of college basketball, Eddie Sutton. Stoudamire, you can't be frowning about that. You've got Stoudamire with 2 fouls on Lute Olson's bench. Radenovic underneath the score. Ivan Radenovic quietly has 6 points.
Very opportunistic, getting a shot of Salim Stoudamire over there. He's had his share of pouts and frowns throughout his career at Arizona, but he's turned it around this year.
Joey Graham too strong off the glass. Channing Frye clearing to Shakur. Some clever work off the dribble, and a foul.
Boy, great recognition by Shakur. He knew that Daniel Bobick could not stay in front of him. And crossed over right in front to get the angle and exploited it by getting the foul.
And Bobick draws his second foul. Kirk Walters coming in for Arizona on the next buzzer. And Shakur at the line, averaging 8 a game. That's his first point tonight. Radenovich out, and Walters, a sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan, 6'10". He's emerged. They wanted to redshirt him, Lute Olson, this year, and mid-January said he's just playing so well in practice. I've got to keep him around. We can use this guy as we battle on toward a possible NCAA title. So Walters getting some good playing time and delivering. He had 8 against UAB, his season high.
And Lute Olson throughout his career had never brought a red shirt out that late in January. It shows just how far along Kirk Walters has come in his development.
Biggest lead for Arizona, 10 points with 8 minutes gone in this opening half.
Back to the 1-3-1 zone. Look how long it is, not only in the middle with Walters, but on the side with Channing Frye at 6'11".
Terrence Crawford, number 42, in for Oklahoma State. He's 6'6", senior. One of 7 seniors for the Cowboys. They have 5 that have already graduated. It's the most experienced team in the nation. But the young one, the freshman, James Curry, hits that basket, his first.
The all-time high school scoring leader in the state of North Carolina. He can score a variety of different ways. An outstanding shooter, but also very creative off the dribble.
Number 5, Jawan McClellan, a freshman for Arizona in the game. Lucas with a pick. Shakur raced downfield to cut off the possible layup.
Boy, that's great transition defense to stop the ball.
Walters on Crawford. Curry up top and Shakur. Lucas and McClellan. Lucas left alone. And Walters up high for the rebound. Oh, Lucas stepping in. He's going to be called for the block. Didn't quite get there in time. Great shooting by Arizona. 8 for 11 from the floor to take a 21-13 lead here in the Chicago Regional against a team that may be the best shooting basketball team in the nation. They're the best three-point shooter. They're the 4th in the nation in free throws and 7th in field goal percentage, Oklahoma State. Walters inside to Frye. The 2 big men work a play and a 10-point Arizona lead.
Right out of the timeout, they go into the high-low. A beautiful delivery by Kirk Walters. We got to get more pressure on the passer, especially when it's a big guy. Make him turn his back. That was way too easy.
Bobick fires from 3-point range and hits again.
And Eddie Sutton making a nice adjustment, going with Terrence Crawford to screen Mustafa Shakur at the bottom of that zone.
6 points now for Bobick on a couple of trays. Channing Frye trying to work his way inside, can't hit. Joey Graham rebounds. 23-16 Arizona leads at the midpoint of this first 20-minute period. Graham inside, and Frye got a piece of it. He leads the Wildcats in blocks, and he picks up one there. He had 68 on the season. Arizona shooting 9 for 13 to take the lead here in the first half, led by Stoudamire, but Salim Stoudamire, after scoring 8 points, picked up his second foul. He's on the bench. John Lucas's counterpoint for Oklahoma State leads with 6.
Stoudamire just checking into the game right now. He's got to be careful not to pick up that 3rd foul. He's going to be on the baseline of this 1-3-1 zone. Chris Rogers out on top. They need to go right after Stoudamire.
Bobick, Lucas, and now Curry around the horn for Oklahoma State. Crawford into the corner to Bobick. Good play inside to McFarland. Picked away, but out of bounds was Adams as he made contact with the ball.
Arizona with a man-to-man look on the out of bounds underneath.
Stoudamire. 7, 5, 4. Lucas 2. Curry had to hurry in, banks it in for a 3. James Curry, named after Uncle James and Father Leon. James and he was on the mark off the glass for that 3. Cowboy fans on their feet as Oklahoma State pulls within 4. Hassan Adams can't hit the three. Bobby clears. McFarland can't hit the runner. Adams has the rebound. McFarland had 31 against Southern Illinois, his career high. Rogers left alone, and he nails the two.
A very good jump shooting team, Arizona.
Stolen by Stoudamire. Ahead to McClellan, the freshman. Jawan McClellan, the 6'4" freshman out of Milby High in Houston.
After the quick change of possession, Arizona really looking up court, and after making a mistake in transition the last time he touched it, Salim Stoudamire passing ahead to McClellan, and what an athlete Jawan McClellan is as a freshman.
Rogers with a bump has his first foul. That's the 4th team foul on Arizona. 3 on Oklahoma State.
Arizona's changing defenses have been very effective in this game.
If those two men coming in looked alike, they are the twins. Joey Graham, number 14, and his brother Stephen Graham, number 21. Joey wears the white shoes, and Stephen the black shoes. Inside Crawford, and the reach-around foul on Radenovich. Brother to brother, Joey to Stephen, and now to Bobby.
Arizona man-to-man. Lucas might want to take Stoudamire off the dribble, see if he can pick up another foul.
Oklahoma State with 7:40 remaining in this first half, and Joey Graham driving, and the foul. Walters got the ball, but somebody picked off the driving Joey Graham. Here's Joey Graham. Foul was on Walters. He's one of 10 finalists for the Senior Class Award that will be announced here on CBS a week from Saturday. Between the two semifinal games, he and John Lucas are both in the final 10 in the balloting. Given to a player that's fulfilled his 4-year commitment as an outstanding player, contributor to his team. And Graham gets 1 out of 2, and a 7-point lead now for Arizona.
And you can see how important Joey Graham is to this team, averaging only 7.5 points per game in this tournament, in large measure because he hasn't been aggressive offensively. Only 10 shots the first 2 games. That's not near enough.
Yeah, the Oklahoma State fans wanted a charge, but the call is against the blocker, Terrence Crawford, his first, and that'll send Hassan Adams to the line. No, it won't. No, they're going to say before the shot, they inbound the ball. Channing Frye just able to catch it as he's double teamed. Graham just caught almost with a steal, and one of those couldn't avoid the contact. And Graham with his first foul. 5 team fouls. Oklahoma State 6 on Arizona.
See Ivan McFarland on the bench. He had 31 points against Southern Illinois in the Cowboys' second-round game. Now, Southern Illinois not a big team, and McFarland not a big scorer. He averages about 12 points per game. One of the hardest working players in America. A left-hander will finish his career at Oklahoma State in the top 10 in scoring and rebounding.
This is his 131st start tonight, Jay. 101 wins. Productive leader. Another whistle.
Arizona very intelligently going inside to Channing Frye. He has got a size and skill advantage over Terrence Crawford, and Crawford, a gutsy player, came into Oklahoma State with a reputation as being a big-time athlete that has had injury problems throughout his career, including a ruptured Achilles.
Almost the 3rd foul on Crawford, who was 5 inches shorter than Channing Frye, and Frye caught over the shoulder. No, they're going to call it against Crawford. Crawford had position, and that's his 3rd foul in a matter of less than a minute. Terrence Crawford, the 6'6" senior from Oklahoma City, has to take a walk to the bench with 3 fouls.
Well, and he did have inside position, unless he had hooked the right arm of Channing Frye. That's a tough one to live with for a big guy, as physical as things get inside.
Here's the 2-time all-conference performer Channing Frye in the Pac-10. Good free throw shooter, 84%. Nice stroke for a big guy.
Well, you hear people question his toughness. I've never understood it. I think Channing Frye is a terrific prospect. Not only having a great career, I think he's a great prospect for the next level. Stuck around for his senior year, and boy, when he went on that road trip to Washington and Washington State, averaged 28 points in those 2 games and missed only 4 shots on the weekend.
1 free throw, 5 points, and 4 rebounds for Fry tonight. Biggest lead for Arizona's 10 at 21-11. Lucas banks it in and will go to the line. John Lucas fouled by Hassan Adams. Adams' first foul.
Lucas putting the ball on the floor, very intelligently realizing that Salim Stoudamire was on him. Stoudamire in foul trouble, taking advantage of it.
And Stoudamire leaves. Foul was not on him. It was on Adams, his first. Lucas, one of the best free throw shooters in the nation. On the season, hitting 90.4%. That 10-point advantage for Arizona has been carved to 5. Hassan Adams maneuvers inside. Cleverly done. He has 5.
A big-time athlete, and learning to play out on the perimeter. Has always wound up playing inside. When he was in high school, he was a center and played the power forward spot at 6'4". With his superior athleticism, was never a problem.
Great pass by James Curry, the freshman, to McFarland. Basket +1. McFarland finally in the book.
Curry with the terrific penetration, and Ivan Radenovic coming over a bit late.
Ivan fouled Ivan. Ivan Radenovic and Ivan McFarland.
Boy, there is not a player in America that outworks Ivan McFarland.
Completes the 3-pointer.
He is undersized, but never outworked.
Cowboys draw within 4. Standing Fry with McFarland, lots of contact. Fry clears out to Shakur. Here come the Cowpokes. What a pass. Bobick set up Joey Graham, and there's McFarland to follow. 5 for him in a hurry, and suddenly a 2-point game.
Well, Arizona's transition defense has not been good. They have not gotten back with a purpose. They haven't stopped the ball.
Batted away by McFarland, sets up Bobick at the other end, and it's tied at 30. Eddie Sutton's Cowboys with a spurt here to close a 10-point advantage for Arizona to a tie at 30. And another pass that was short of the mark to Channing Frye, but touched by Oklahoma State. Some errant passing from the Wildcats here in this sequence.
Well, trying to force too many things, get it all off the first pass. That was a little 1-4 set. It was a nice looking lob play. It just was well defended by Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State's ratcheted up their defense.
There's another bad pass, and deflected away to Lucas. And it is blocked out of bounds to Oklahoma State.
Went off the body of McClellan, and McClellan on the other end. A bad post feed. You have got to work on your pass.
But to his credit, he came down court. No, it was Mustafa Shakur with the block. Graham against Fry, and Walters trying to help out, commits the foul.
Walters bringing that arm down. He needs to stay straight up and down and make Joey Graham shoot over him. When he brings that arm down, that's when you're going to get a foul almost every time as a big guy.
First on Walters. And Joey Graham with a chance to give the Cowboys the lead for the first time since the opening minutes. And does.
Graham's been in a little bit of a slump in this tournament. 7.5 points per game, and it's not necessarily the shooting percentage, it's the number of shots. He's only taken 10 shots overall in this tournament coming into the game, and Joey Graham's a big-time athlete and a big-time scorer. Needs to be more aggressive. And his coaching staff, instead of trying to talk their way through it to try to get him more aggressive, they made a tape for him of all of his great performances and showed that to him to try to show him the difference in him now and throughout the regular season.
Into Fry, and it's batted in the air again and out of bounds to Arizona. And the foul will be on James on Curry, his first.
A little too aggressive and trying to stop Chris Rogers. Arizona's got to be stronger with the ball. When the ball went inside to Channing Frye and the double team came post to post, he backed off it and didn't make a strong pass, and that's why Oklahoma State was able to so easily deflect it.
Different team with Stoudamire on the bench, isn't it? Shakur has his third point. The chosen one, Mustafa Shakur. All of his points, 4 on free throws. It's tied at 32.
Arizona going back into that 1-3-1 zone. That has been the most effective defense they have thrown at Oklahoma State. It slowed them down. They're not able to run the wide array of sets that they usually run against man-to-man.
Bobic from three-point range. Last touch by McFarland of Oklahoma State.
Now you've got to send all 5 guys to the defensive glass against Oklahoma State. With McFarland and Graham in there, and both Grahams right now. That's a formidable offensive rebounding team.
Look at that. Arizona still shooting 63% in this first half. And Rogers not missing. He hits a soft 12-footer. 4 points for him. Arizona back in front.
I think that shooting percentage shows the importance of not turning the ball over. When Arizona's getting shots, they're knocking them down.
Joey Graham, but was held underneath. Well, experienced teams often do well in the tournament, and there are some of the older teams, and they all make it in, but only one is left, and that's Oklahoma State. Wisconsin, Milwaukee losing earlier tonight to Illinois.
Oklahoma State with a number of transfers. Daniel Bobic transferred in from BYU. The Graham brothers from Central Florida. Either that or maybe Eddie Sutton just wanted to coach a group closer to his own age.
Well, coaches will say that second chance for athletes when they transfer, and those especially out of the junior college ranks, they learn their lessons and they are easier to coach second time around.
Well, they are certainly in with both feet.
Joey Graham made 39 in a row during the regular season, so he is one of the top free throw shooters as a big man. 89% for the year. He ties it at 34.
And that 89% mark really makes him a weapon from the free throw line, which is why he needs to be aggressive to get to that line.
Right. Rogers running the show with Stoudamire on the bench. Good pressure from Bobic, and he called time just in time. Arizona, Oklahoma State tied at 34. 3:40 remaining before the break. Rogers to Adams. Fry at 6'11". What a pass inside, and dropping it home is Mustafa Shakur. Noah McClellan gets the goal. Arizona clinging to a 2-point lead with 3:18 left in this first half. Ivan McFarland, he has 7 points after a slow start. It's tied once again.
Channing Frye able to knock that ball away, but Arizona's had some success going into Channing Frye down in the low post, and he's made good decisions. When he's seen a double team, whether it's post to post or guard to post, he has found the open man.
Down to 10 on the shot clock. Shakur and Lucas, and they're going to call the charge on Shakur. Second on him.
Mustafa Shakur trying to get into the lane, and John Lucas doing a very nice job of moving his feet. He had established initial guarding position, and once you do, you are allowed to stay in front even if you're moving. That's a charge.
That's a good explanation. Often confusing to some fans that feel that a man moving, a defensive man, should get the block. Look at our Chicago region. Illinois is through to Saturday's Elite Eight, meeting Arizona or Oklahoma State on Saturday evening.
Arizona back to man-to-man. Channing Frye not guarding Terrence Crawford out on the perimeter, and yet he turns it over anyway, unguarded.
James on Curry anticipating a move on the wing by Bobic, but Bobic was going the other way. Arizona now with Stoudamire on the bench. They have Adams, Shakur, McClellan the freshman, Frye, and this man Rogers.
A 1-4 set UCLA cut and then a ball screen.
Oh, look at that move inside by Hassan Adams. Is he quick? And that last big leaping step to free himself from the defense at the 2-minute mark.
Really explosive out of Westchester High School in Los Angeles. Played in a great high school program. Played with Trevor Ariza, Brandon Bowman, guys like Ashante Cook. A lot of big names in college basketball.
James on Curry, but through the hands of Bobic and Lucas Ave. Yes. Quickness of Lucas to avoid the backcourt violation. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Joey Graham backs his way in. Won't fall for him, and Frye has to pull it away as he's hit in the eye. There's the reach in, and no foul.
Joey Graham did a great job of trying to exploit that matchup with McClellan, but Frye came over to give that little extra. And you can see Joey Graham just poking him right in the eye. A little delayed reaction afterwards, but just trying to knock the ball away. Nothing intentional, but Graham caught him. And Channing Frye looks to be all right.
Frye with 249 career blocks to go along with all of his scoring. Not a bad passer either. Great field goal percentage. Adams with a fake, and he faked his own man Channing Frye out. The ball almost ricocheted up into the goal.
I was wondering who would get credit for that.
Final minute of this first half. Oklahoma State trailing by a basket. Good passing interior and a foul.
Great recognition by Joey Graham.
McClellan picks up the foul as first. Good stiff elbow into the chest and face by McClellan, sending Terrence Crawford to the line. This 23-year-old senior. Uncle Tony Farmer played at Nebraska.
He's played some solid minutes in the NCAA tournament, averaging almost 6 points per game and 6 rebounds and 4 assists thus far in the tournament.
One of the 5 graduates playing tonight for Oklahoma State. Got his degree in May in marketing. And there's Lucas causing havoc in the backcourt, and at last touches Arizona. And Lute Olson motioning the officials, come on, they pushed him away.
A smart play by John Lucas coming from behind, and McClellan must do a better job of protecting the ball. You have to anticipate that a guard is going to come from behind you and try to knock it away.
50 seconds left. First half. Lucas to Bobic. Plenty of time. 20 seconds on the shot clock. James on Curry. Beautiful pass inside to McFarland, but the block by Frye. Graham gets a loose ball and ties it up at 38.
Arizona can hold it here for the last shot. Oklahoma State sticking in their man-to-man.
And many experts felt this was an even matchup, and so it has been. Tied with 10 seconds to go in the half. 5 seconds. And down the bottom of the well for Hassan Adams at the buzzer. That we look at the official stats, Stoudamire played only 10 of the 21st half minutes. He's in there now. That's Channing Frye with Radenovich, Shakur, and Shakur takes it to the goal and is fouled. No one in serious trouble, foul trouble after the first half, except for Terrence Crawford off the Oklahoma State bench. He picked up 3 fouls in about 1 minute. That's Ivan McFarland's first, sending Mustafa Shakur to the line. Likened to Jason Terry, who was part of that '97 Arizona championship team. He's He's a 73% foul shooter on the year. Out of Philadelphia, Friend Central High School. One of the many McDonald's All-Americas, high school All-Americas that have migrated to Tucson. Misses them both. But Fry, after capturing the ball, throws it right to James Curry.
Tried to get rid of it before he walked, and Mustafa Shakur, usually a good free throw shooter, not even close on those two. Arizona coming out in man-to-man to start the second half.
Stoudamire matched up with John Lucas, James Curry, and Shakur. 8 on the shot clock. Lucas generates toward the alley and puts up a runner. And the game is tied. No, goes 41-40 to Arizona. The game was tied 6 times in the first half, and a quick bucket inside by Radenovic, and he has 8.
And Eddie Sutton cannot be happy with his transition defense there. Nobody stopped the ball. That was too easy.
Fry hustling to save and right into the press table.
Oklahoma State really has to continue to look to Joey Graham. He's got a favorable matchup being guarded by Radenovic. Shot 6 free throws in that first half because he was aggressive in taking the ball to the basket and exploiting that post.
There he is, Radenovic on him. And he banks it off the glass. Won't go down. Knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma State. 3-point lead. The Arizona Wildcats in the Pacific 10. Lute Olson, the 26th time in his career he's taken a team to the NCAA tournament, and so has Eddie Sutton. 26 teams into the tournament. Beautiful interior passing, and Radenovic will go to the line.
When Arizona has gotten the ball inside to Channing Frye, good things have happened. He has either scored or he's found an open teammate for a layup or an open perimeter shot.
The foul on John Lucas, his second.
Frye is such a skilled basketball player. He's got very good hands, solid rebounder, blocks shots, very intelligent on the floor.
Cold at the line. Radenovic averaging 8 on the season, looking for his 9th point. Joey Graham out and Terrence Crawford in for Eddie Sutton's Cowboys.
I'm not sure, Dick, you can get a more evenly matched free throw battle. Both these teams shoot about 78% on the season, and that one going to be wiped away. Channing Frye in a bit too early.
Radenovic missed anyway. So from the line, Arizona 5 for 10. Pointed out, these are 2 of the top free throw shooting teams, the top 10 in the nation. Lucas with a runner. Radenovic bats it in the air. Crawford can't save. He touched it last. As long as they've been coaching, Sutton and Olson, this is only the 2nd time they've gone head to head, and Lute Olson has won those 2 contests.
Arizona going with a little 1-4 low set. They're crossing underneath.
Babic on Stoudamire.
Stoudamire calling for the ball screen. Nice job.
Oh, what a pass by Radenovic into Channing Frye, and it's a 5-point Wildcat lead.
Well, you're not going to find any better passing big man than Channing Frye and Radenovic. Arizona leading Oklahoma State by 5. And here's an example of the intelligence of Channing Frye on the court. Directing traffic when there was a ball screen up top. His man helped up, and he was wide open for the shot in large part because he was so communicative with his teammates on where they should be.
Arizona has missed only 7 shots out of 25, shooting 72% in the game.
And against a really good defensive team in Oklahoma State that does not give up a lot of open shots.
Babic, an open 3, couldn't connect, but Stoudamire unable to save in the corner. Back comes Joey Graham for Oklahoma State.
Arizona's done a much better job in this second half of, at least on the possessions thus far, limiting Oklahoma State to 1 shot.
makes the move to the basket. A little too strong. And Stoudamire, cleverly gets around Curry. Oh, that is pretty. That is pretty.
Well, keep him out of foul trouble. He needs to be on the floor.
Assist to Stoudamire. Adams with the basket. He has 12 to lead Arizona.
I'll tell you, Dick, you got to give Channing Frye an awful lot of credit. Whenever Joey Graham's gotten to the basket, Frye has been there to bother his shot. That's why Graham has missed.
James on Curry misses the three, and Adams at 6'4", up there like a 6'8" player, and draws the foul.
Stoudamire with the spin, taking it into the open court, and when he drives, he draws two defenders and finds Adams for the acrobatic finish, taking it to the other side of the basket to avoid the shot block by Ivan McFarland. That's big time.
McFarland picked up the foul at the other end, his second. Arizona by 7.
How about how high Adams got on that rebound on the other end? You think he's got another step on his ladder?
Stoudamire. Adams misses the short jumper. Lucas, head down, races to the offensive end. Graham. Oh, there's a move there where he kind of hesitated. Had the ball in one hand, able to hold it in one hand and score his 11th point.
You can handle that ball like a grapefruit. Yeah, got to get it into Frye. Good pass.
And Radenovic, recipient of another great pass and an easy two. He has 10.
Just great recognition by Channing Frye. The double team coming post to post. He finds the open man for the easy score. That's unselfish.
Lucas can't hit the runner. Radenovic with another rebound. Long pass to Adams. Good job of putting on the bracer without traveling. Stoudamire. Adams with the rebound. A 2. McFarland the other way to Lucas.
Not sure that was the shot. Should have been a reset. Just because you grab an offensive rebound doesn't mean it's yours to shoot.
Yeah. How come you always shot?
Well, that's the only time I ever got it. I was the 5th option on my team, and the 4th option was if you're going to pass it to me, call a timeout first.
Joey Graham misses. Adams says, slow it down. 7-point advantage, Arizona. Played 5 minutes and 15 seconds. The winner gets Illinois on Saturday in the regional finals. Deflected pass, but it goes right to Shakur. There's Frye from 8 feet. And Graham boards for Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State out of sync. They need to set something up, call a play. Sean Sutton, associate head coach, is up calling it.
He'll take over for his dad next year. And Lucas scores from 10. John Lucas now with 13 to lead the Cowboys.
Arizona calling a set with a stagger in the post up. Bad pass.
James on Curry anticipated behind the back to McFarland, and he is fouled. That's Ivan McFarland on the line for Oklahoma State. They trail Arizona by 5. Played a little over 6 minutes of the second half. Arizona led by 3 at the intermission and have built up that lead to as many as 7 here in the second half. McFarland gets the soft roll. 75% shooter on the season with Byron Houston back about 13 years ago. The only Oklahoma State player with 1,000 points, 900 rebounds, 100 assists, 100 steals, and 100 blocks. That's a career.
Well, he's versatile, and he puts up those numbers, Ivan McFarland, in large measure because he is such a hard worker. I've not seen a harder worker in college basketball this year.
Shakur to Rogers as he returns. Frye up on top, inside feed, and another assist from Frye. They go high-low again, and Hassan Adams with 14 to lead the Cats.
The last time that Channing Frye tried to make a post feed, he passed it to the postman's wrong hand, that time to the right hand, and led Hassan Adams to an easy hoop.
James on Curry, able to spot up and nail the three. He has 8.
A little bit of a defensive switch. Lute Olson going back to the matchup zone and couldn't get out to the shooter.
Rogers from three-point range. Rebound, and a good one it is by the freshman McClellan, taken away.
And Curry had a handful of McClellan's jersey on that rebound.
Chance to take the lead with a 3 for Oklahoma State. They've led on only rare occasions.
Double high pick.
Graham left alone from 8. Short arm that one, almost tapped in by Fry as he and McFarland were up fighting for the loose ball.
Graham looked almost surprised he was that wide open. He's a very good mid-range shooter, but shot that one almost as an afterthought.
2-point game. Arizona on top. 12.5 to go. Stephen Graham into the game, number 21. And from the corner, it's Joey Graham with a tray. And it's 52-51 Oklahoma State. He can hit them from out there and has all season. Shakur, he's easy to find. The only man on the court with blue shoes. Inside to Fry. Jump hook not there. McClellan up high fighting for the offensive board. They're going to call that on Fry. It'll be his 3rd. Oklahoma State with a 1-point lead and the ball after Channing Frye picks up his 3rd foul on contact inside. Frye stays in the game. James on Curry with a great feed, and the score by Ivan McFarland.
Boy, what a great curl of a screen, and Ivan McFarland with the nice basket cut hit him in stride for the finish.
You can see why they rave about the talents of Curry from Pleasant Grove, North Carolina. Fry inside with the left hand, maneuvered well.
Boy, what a beautiful move and a great pass by Salim Stoudamire. Stoudamire's been quiet. Has not been looking for his shot, but he has been finding the open man.
Fry now with 9. Joey Graham leads Oklahoma State with 14. Lucas with 13. Son Adams 14 tops for Arizona. Radenovich with 10. Whistle away from the ball. If we look at our game summary, still great shooting by Arizona, yet they trail with a 63% from the floor. And those putback baskets by Oklahoma State key.
The second chance points, also the 3-point field goals. Oklahoma State has shot the ball pretty well from 3.
The freshman McClellan picks up his 2nd foul, and he leaves as Radenovich returns. 11 minutes left in the 2nd half. This senior loaded Oklahoma State team, all that experience, should pay dividends late in crucial games with all the pressure here. James on Curry, he can handle the ball. Graham darts into the lane and scores.
The explosiveness of Joey Graham and the patience of Oklahoma State. It wasn't there early. They got the ball to Graham in the middle of the floor, and Radenovich cannot stay in front of Joey Graham.
Try easy to Radenovich, and on the fake gets the foul from Ivan McFarland, number 2 on McFarland.
Boy, rotations have to come a lot quicker. You can see Joey Graham going by easily Radenovich. Radenovich doesn't have quick enough feet to stay in front of Joey Graham, and that is putting an awful lot of pressure on Channing Frye to get over there and block or bother that shot.
James on Curry picked up the foul. He has 2. Radenovich looks for his 11th point of the game. And another free throw miss.
Free throw misses starting to pile up for Arizona in the 2nd half, but when the Wildcats get the ball into Channing Frye, Oklahoma State has been coming with a post-to-post double team, and their rotations down have been awfully slow because Channing Frye has been cutting them up with passes out of the post.
Radenovich now with 11 points. Oklahoma State leads by 2. The approach the midpoint of this second 20-minute period. Kimber J. Billis here at the Ray Meyer, Marge Meyer Court, Rosemont, Illinois. Armin Katan with us on the sidelines. Number 2 seed against number 3, Oklahoma State and the University of Arizona. Rogers. Open on the side is Hassan Adams, and he can do it all. Inside, outside talent of Adams, and with the 3, Arizona reclaims the lead. 17 for Adams, and timeout Oklahoma State. Back in the Chicago region with our tournament summary, Illinois' second Elite 8 in the last 5 years. Interestingly, they played Arizona in 2001 for the right for the Final Four in Louisville, and Rick Pitino, he moves his team on to the Elite 8. First time for Pitino's Louisville Cardinals.
Hassan Adams has 17 points in this game, guarding Daniel Bobek. Now he's got 3 threes. He had only 9 on the season coming into this game.
Joey Graham making his move inside, picked up by Fry. Here's Crawford. Spins away from Fry and hoping to draw that 4th foul in the big center of Arizona.
Probably forced that one. That wasn't there. Channing Frye laying off of Crawford. Crawford trying to take up that space and get to the basket.
10 on the shot clock. Into the post to Graham. Radenovich. Oh, look at the block by Adams. He plays so big for a man 6'4".
He really does. He's long. He's athletic. Look at this. I mean, that is a high riser. Only 3 seconds now on the shot clock. Oklahoma State has to get it in and get it up quickly.
A second gone there. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. It's almost a catch and shoot now. And Lucas does just that. Violation of the shot clock. Good defense for Arizona, and that has the Wildcat fans cheering. I don't think any coach likes to hear that buzzer. Maybe that's as annoying as anything that can happen to the man on the bench.
Well, they actually got a look at it, but Hassan Adams erased it for the 2nd time in 1 possession. Good look.
Feed inside, and it's Adams again in traffic. Finds a second chance and a 3-point Arizona lead with 19 coming from Adams.
Boy, this is the Hassan Adams that Lute Olson wants to see. An outstanding offensive rebounder, and it's going to go the other way. An offensive foul on Oklahoma State.
High low again is Fry trying to set up Hassan Adams on the back line.
Fry's got to get that up to the rim. Adams can hold off his man, and he can get up and above the rim quickly. You can't throw that down at eye level. That's got to be high.
Crawford and Curry are out for Oklahoma State. Stephen Graham returns. Fry. He can face up and shoot.
You can play pick and pop with that guy all day long.
At the other end, it's Stephen Graham, his first points of the game.
One of the few times that Oklahoma State has been able to get out in transition in this 2nd half. They've had to go against the half-court defense of Arizona for most of this 2nd half as Graham picks up the foul.
Joey Graham. No, it's Stephen. He gets his first. It's a tough entry pass, isn't it, Jay? From that far away and trying to sidearm a low bounding pass into the post.
Yeah, a little bit too long. They did pick up the foul, but that is a difficult pass to be able to complete.
Fry. 6 fouls on Oklahoma State now, 3 Arizona. So the next foul will send the Wildcats to the line. Rogers, he's fouled, was inside the line. He'll go to the line for 2. Arizona with a 3-point lead. And at the line for the Wildcats is Chris Rogers, a junior from Portland, Oregon, averaging 6 a game, has 4 tonight. And another free throw miss. 6 for 12 for Arizona, and this is a team that shoots nearly 80% on the season.
And a 1 possession game. That has to be awfully frustrating for Lute Olson to see his team leave points out there.
4-point advantage for the Wildcats. They put a little backcourt pressure on.
Chris Rogers, a really good defender, just all over James on Curry. That means Daniel Bobick has to bring it up against pressure.
Stoudamire hawking Bobick. McFarland outside to Joey Graham for three. 62-61 Arizona as Graham, breaking out of his slump, leads the Cowboys with 19.
There is little that he cannot do on the basketball court. He can shoot it from deep, very explosive.
Good job by McFarland confronting Fry. And here come the Cowboys eyeing a possible lead.
Arizona sticking with the man-to-man. High screen, good hedge by Radenovich.
Graham from three again. Yes, he's finding the range. Joey Graham, who had only 15 points in the first 2 rounds combined, comes alive with 22 tonight.
Radenovich hedged out on that ball screen and a little pick and pop, but there was no sense of urgency to get out to Graham.
Rogers from three. Oh, what a rebound by Fry, but it's picked away, and Radenovich goes up and is fouled.
Joey Graham, you can see the aggressiveness when 2 guarding 1 in the post, kick it out to the open shooter who was ready to shoot, and nobody gets out to Joey Graham to get a hand up on that little pick and pop.
He didn't take many threes on the season, Jay, only 50, but he hit 23. That's 46%, so you've got to honor his ability when he gets outside the line. Stephen Graham with that last foul, his second. Radenovich now with a chance to tie it up. They're the best teams in the nation free throw shooting. Oklahoma State the best, Arizona second, Michigan State, Texas Tech. It is interesting how that correlates. All 4 of those teams that made it to the Sweet 16. It's part of the game. You got to make these free tosses. And Radenovich gets a kind bounce. It's tied again at 64. 6:35 to go. Back comes John Lucas. So it's Bobick, Lucas, Crawford, McFarland, and Curry for Oklahoma State. Fry, Radenovich, Adams, Stoudamire, and Rogers on the court for Lute Olson's Wildcats. Joey Graham taking a breather at 22 points for him to lead all scorers.
Rogers again doing a nice job defensively. Now on Lucas, trying to keep it out of his hands.
There's Sean Sutton with a sign, UCLA high.
There's a little UCLA cut. Lucas comes off the stagger on the opposite side.
Little Curry. Rogers took the shoulder right in the jaw.
Curry just swung that right arm out. It looked like he caught it with the backhand of his fist.
Oklahoma in front with 6 minutes to go. Stoudamire, no basket, even had it gone. A foul before the shot. Pushing is the call.
Watch Curry's right arm here as he moves by. He just kind of rakes it across the face of Chris Rogers, and Rogers stops. That meant Channing Frye had to come over to stop that penetration, which left McFarland wide open underneath. No rotation down by the Arizona defense.
Daniel Bobick picks up the foul for Oklahoma State, his third. Crawford out, and Joey Graham back for the Cowboys. This game continues to seesaw, and it's Salim Stoudamire, a brilliant free throw shooter, with a chance to tie it up at 66-64 currently. Oklahoma State in front. Stoudamire has missed only 9. Make that 11 free throws all season in 129 attempts. Follow the game tracks top of your screen. West Virginia, Texas Tech battling as we have 6:01 remaining here, and Stoudamire with a chance to knot it again at 66 all. Oh, he misses too. A lot of opportunity at the line lost by Lute Olson's Wildcats. If they should lose tonight, they won't have to look far in the statistic sheet to see what went wrong.
Looked like he was backing up from the free throw line as he let that go. Not the usual stroke from Stoudamire.
Lucas weaving his way in, sets up Curry for three. And out of the pack comes Shakur.
A big-time box out by Adams on the other end.
Stoudamire falling, had to just bat the ball to his teammate. A tie-up, and the arrow points to Oklahoma State.
Arizona has been loose with the ball on its last couple of possessions. You come down into the last minutes of a big-time game, you've got to be strong with the ball.
Lute Olson, pride and joy of Augsburg College in Minneapolis, graduated in '56. First job, he said, $3,200. Coached basketball, baseball, assistant football, lined the field, and taught 6 classes. And a little driver-ed thrown in.
And no baseball field. All their games were away.
Graham, the senior, trying to lead the Cowboys into the Elite Eight. His pass goes off the hands of teammate Terrence Crawford. That was a tough pass, bounced along the baseline.
Boy, Graham probably should have taken that himself. Radinovich can't guard him off the dribble. Getting past Radinovich, and Channing Frye comes over to stop the drive, but that would have been a good pull-up jump shot perhaps for Joey Graham, who can hit that shot. He is a very good mid-range shooter, especially pulling up.
Ivan McFarland returns for Oklahoma State. Crawford is out. Bobby also off the floor. Clock ticks down to the 5-minute mark here in the Chicago region. Elite Eight action. Arizona with the ball, trailing Oklahoma State by 1. Good play by Joey Graham to knock it free from Shakur. And it's brother Stephen Graham at the other end to score, and he'll go to the line.
A weak offensive possession for Arizona. Shakur losing it, and weak defensively by Radinovich, not jumping in front of Graham with the intent of stopping him and allowing him to finish what could be a 3-point play if he can knock down this free throw.
Third foul on Radinovich of Arizona. Graham looks for his 5th point and has it. And this is the biggest lead of the game for Oklahoma State. 4. Arizona, in the middle of the first half, enjoyed a 10-point advantage.
If Arizona wants this game coming down the stretch, they have got to play stronger.
Strong move by Stoudamire, who takes it in with the big boys and scores. He has 11. And the answer by the freshman James Curry. They call him Bubbles. And effervescent his play tonight. Stoudamire with a quick answer from 3-point range. 72-70 the score.
Boy, you cannot relax for 1 second in transition with Stoudamire in the game.
Ticking down to the 4-minute mark. Lucas. Curry is feeling it, isn't he? Graham inside, and no whistle, out of bounds to Oklahoma State.
Boy, Graham probably got away with an offensive foul. And Joey Graham, Arizona has not had an answer for him. He's been guarded by Ivan Radinovich, and Radinovich has not been able to stop him. Can't stay in front of him.
James Curry, the freshman, has contributed well, and Joey Graham gets position, uses that left hand, and he has 24 points. Lucas and McFarland with 13 shipping in. Adams 19 tops for Arizona. This is Channing Frye off the glass.
He is so good off of ball screens. He's got great hands. He can play pick and pop, or he can roll to the hole. And using the glass very effectively. Oklahoma State's defense has been really strong over the last 3 or 4 minutes.
The pressure of these final 3 minutes plus, and James Curry not bashful about taking a long bomb, and it's rebounded by Hassan Adams, who is starred tonight for Arizona. Shakur, point guard, runs the show. Will they try to set up Stoudamire for a 3? No, they go inside, and they're waiting for it with McFarland with a steal ahead to Lucas. Shakur to beat. Shakur with a block. McFarland draws the foul on Frye, and that'll be 4 on the 6'11" center of Arizona, who holds his knee in some pain.
I think they just got goaltending on that without the foul.
All right, wave off the foul.
The quick run out and the great play by Shakur, but this was all set up by the turnover by Shakur, trying to throw a straight line pass from outside the top of the key all the way down to Hassan Adams underneath. And you have to expect that that kind of pass is going to be deflected. That is way too long to be able to complete that.
After a slow start, McFarland, who had 31 in the Southern Illinois win, now 15 points. As Fry off the glass, not there, and Graham has the rebound. Joey Graham taking over the game in the second half for Oklahoma State. For the point, Cowboy lead.
Oklahoma State going against Arizona's man. They're going to run a play.
Lucas cut off at the pass, double team. Has to clear it out to McFarland. 10 on the shot clock. And Lucas pulls up. Adams with another rebound.
An empty possession for Oklahoma State. They never really got into anything.
Fouls could be critical here. The next foul committed by Oklahoma State will be double bonus time for Arizona. Stoudamire, left-handed, moving right, floating in the air, nails the three, and it's a one-point game. Stoudamire was 17.
But why is Oklahoma State gambling on Stoudamire? Gambling for a steal when he can burn you with a three like it's a layup.
The best free throw shooter, or best three-point shooter in the nation at over 51% for the entire year, Salim Stoudamire. Minute and a half to go. 10 on the shot clock. McFarland gets it to the freshman, James Curry. Ooh, very nearly threw that one out of bounds. Blocked inside, and Channing Frye reaches down at that knee once again.
Another empty possession for Oklahoma State, and again, they didn't get into anything offensively. Give credit to Arizona's defense.
From the side, it's Frye at the 1-minute mark, and Arizona claims the lead, 77-76. 13 points for Frye. And timeout called by Eddie Sutton on the Oklahoma State bench.
Only 4 team fouls for Arizona, 9 for Oklahoma State. Those 14 fouls means that Arizona has got 2 fouls to give. They do not want to give any open looks to Oklahoma State. If they get into a situation where they need to burn a foul in order to keep Oklahoma State from scoring, they can do that.
Meanwhile, any foul committed by the Cowboys sends Arizona to the line in the double bonus. Stoudamire working on Lucas defensively. Down to 40 seconds.
Arizona can be aggressive without worrying about fouling.
Graham. And there's one of those fouls. A push that will just mean that Oklahoma State will get the ball out of bounds with a new shot clock, and it's almost exactly equal with the game clock. Let's check the CBS Sports Line stat of the game, and field goal percentage, a brilliant almost 2 out of 3 hits for the Wildcats. Oklahoma State, one of the best shooting teams in the nation. Not bad, but under their season average by about 5 percentage points. Get complete NCAA tournament coverage at CBSSportsLine.com. 1-point game. Oklahoma State down to 26, 25, 24. It's Graham, their leading scorer, working on Radenovich.
Still a foul to give.
No whistle, and the basket is good. Joey Graham trickles it in. His 26th point of the game.
Lute Olson wants a timeout.
And with 13.1 seconds, Arizona timeout.
You got to think they're going to try to go to Stoudamire here. They've been very successful on pick-and-roll situations.
Stoudamire almost fumbled the ball into the backboard.
And here it comes, pick-and-roll with Frye.
He pulls up. It hits with 2.8 seconds. But it's into the backcourt to Lucas. And there's that foul by Rogers. And that chewed up about half the time remaining for Oklahoma State, down to 1.3 seconds.
Very well executed. It could have been close to an intentional foul because he did grab him from behind, but the best thing Arizona did was make Oklahoma State catch it coming back to the ball. And now Hassan Adams going to try to put pressure on this pass, or he should. He's not.
Lucas to win it. Just off the back rim, and the Arizona Wildcats 79, Oklahoma State 78.